Hey everybody, Mr. Marklovitz once again, today bringing you the final lesson in Unit 2 on mise en scène. Today we're talking about blocking. Blocking is the choreographed position of your actors and the camera. What are we talking about? Okay, well, let's say you've made it this far, you've done everything right. You have your actors in the proper hair, costume, and makeup. You have good props. The set design is flawless. You've got your three-point lighting working. Everything's going great. And now you sit down to roll and nothing happens. All right? You have your camera locked down on a tripod. You have two characters sitting across from one another at a table and they're just talking. And it's kind of boring. All right? Because your actors and your camera need to be doing something. All right? They need to be up. They need to be moving, they need to be walking, and all of that blocking will make your film more interesting to the audience, all right? So blocking can really do a lot for the audience. One, it can show power dynamics, okay? Let's say you have a scene with two characters, and one character is dominating the other character. Well, that dominant character, you might want to put above the submissive character. Or maybe, like in this example from American Beauty, the dominant character appears very large while the submissive character appears very small and also very low in the frame, okay? And when you're watching a scene like this, you might not consciously be aware of how the blocking impacts your emotional response, but subconsciously you are. Subconsciously you are aware of, how these characters are arranged in the frame and what that means to the audience. Also, the space between characters can certainly emphasize their relationship. In this scene from Citizen Kane, Charles Foster Kane and his wife are sitting very close together at this dinner table. They are in love. They are newlyweds. So the space between them sort of symbolizes the romantic relationship that this couple has. However, over the course of this sequence, we as an audience start to see these two characters drift further and further apart, eventually ending in their divorce. Now, here's a good example of two characters that are both literally and figuratively moving apart. There you go. Also, shapes can guide our attention. Be aware of the implied lines that are formed in your scene and how they affect your vision. Here's an example from Once Upon a Time in the West. We have Charles Bronson's character coming to this train station where he's met by these three outlaws. They are on the left side of the frame, he's on the right, and notice how the arrangement of these four actors is guiding our attention to Charles Bronson, okay? You have the three outlaws on the left and Charles Bronson on the right, and even though he's small and even though he's low, all of our attention is being guided by these implied lines, okay? And then, hey, there's a gunfight because it's a Western, and of course there is, all right? And finally, guys, move the camera and your actors, all right? Take the camera off the tripod, put it on a dolly, put it on a Steadicam, hand hold it if you don't have a Steadicam, whatever, but get that camera up and moving, get your actors up and walking, because there is nothing more boring than watching a lockdown camera on an actor who's just standing here. Anyway, there's no lab assignment this week, guys, because, hey, we only do 4 labs, and this is the 5th video, so you're welcome. And finally this week, guys, we are going to watch Howard Hawks' 1940 classic screwball comedy, His Girl Friday, starring Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell. Guys, this is a wonderful film. I know that the date is going to scare some of you, and you're not going to watch it, but you certainly should. This is an absolutely hysterical, wonderful film that really utilizes the power of blocking, all right? The use of space between these characters, the power dynamic between these characters and how they're arranged in the set. It's absolutely phenomenal. Howard Hawks, probably the greatest of all the studio directors. Cary Grant, one of the greatest, comedians and greatest actors of all time, and just a wonderful, fantastic film. A beautiful script, a funny film that, again, I don't think many of you are going to watch it simply because of how old it is, but I really hope at some point in your life you give it a chance because it's absolutely wonderful. So there you go. Blocking. Hey, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed Lesson 2. I hope you learned something about mise en scène. Email me if you have any questions or talk to me in class. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.